In 1961, Chicago radio personality Studs Terkel interviewed Italian soprano Licia Albanese. She discusses with him character and vocal color development, her formative years, her voice for Puccini, her dual role as stage director and soprano in La Rondine, memories of Arturo Toscanini, tenors, and spontaneity. Part 1 of 2.
me ne starò nascosta un po' per Celia e un po' per non
This voice you've been hearing has been described as the ideal butterfly, delicate, intimate, the warmth, this ability to communicate a feeling, the voice of Madame Licia Albanese, whom we're delighted to have as our guest this morning, the distinguished soprano. Madame Albanese, I was watching you as you were listening to yourself singing Un bel di vedremo. You were actually recreating this role. You were living it, and there was something you were saying that intrigued me very much. You spoke of the Oriental flavor.
Yes, that's right. I said this role should be sang with the Oriental way, so soft and so every meaning of words is really sweet. Should be very strong or dramatic. Dramatic comes late when she becomes a mother, you know. And then the Pinkerton, the husband wants to take the child from her. Then she becomes like a little animal, you know, very jealous. And in the last act, you know, Madame Butterfly is a big tragedy, which she kills herself.
There is where the drama comes in, with the conflict
That's right.
and the
But
violence.
all the way, you know, they should give this idea of Oriental way. Like, you know, I used to see movies and Japanese movies, which they intrigued me so much. And then I used to read books about their life. It's always like that. Even if when they get really mad, they have this different way, the way we used to do all over the world. They're really different way how to say things, to do things.
A different way of showing their emotions.
Showing their emotions, yes.
You then, in preparing for Chocho-san,
yes,
in preparing for this role, then you read and saw different things involving Japanese life.
Yes, I did. I went through really their history and everything I could find. Every small piece of paper saying something in Japanese, I read, because it intrigues me so much.
You were an actress then, preparing for a role.
You know, I had so many friends, Japanese friends, even in Italy, and they said that they couldn't understand how come I could make themselves, you know, in myself. They couldn't believe it. And I was an Italian girl from, maybe because where I come from, my town.
This is where?
Is Bari, B-A-R-I.
Oh, the port town, Bari.
The port, yes, on the Adriatic Sea. We are close to Oriental there. And they said maybe because we had this influence, Oriental people coming in Bari, so many years ago.
Because Bari is a seacoast city, sailors.
Yes. We had this really a lot of people coming in from Oriental.
Since you've mentioned your town of Bari, if we could perhaps go back to beginnings a little. You made your debut as Butterfly, didn't you, at the Metropolitan?
Yes, but that was 1936 in Parma. That's a place near Milano, which is more difficult in that to sing in that small opera house than La Scala. They always said, who sings in Parma? Parma is the town of Verdi. And Maestro Toscanini, too.
Oh, they're Parmigiano.
Very Parmigiano. And they're very, very difficult to accept young singers. And I remember in my Butterfly, I sang 8 times, 8 Modern Butterfly. They didn't like the tenor. I had to change tenor every time I did Butterfly then.
They liked the Butterfly, though.
Yes, they did.
This is something, you were saying this is the home of the champions. Here you had to make good. This is the home of Verdi and the home of Toscanini, so there were more, their values were more demanding.
Yes, very difficult to demand. It's really something to be scared, to sing that. But I didn't know. I was so young, I didn't know, and then I sang. After 4 performances, they asked me to sing 6 more, and I gave 10 performances altogether.
At Parma?
Yes. And after that, I went to La Scala. So and then 1940, I came here. I didn't sing too much in Italy. Just 4, 5 years.
We think of you immediately as the Puccini heroine. You and Puccini, these 2 names have been bracketed. What is it about Puccini that
I don't know.
attracted you?
I think he wrote more for soprano than anybody else wrote for a lyric voice, which I am. I'm not a dramatic. I'm a lyric. So Puccini wrote for lyric voice. And I don't know. With Puccini there is something, and I'm glad he's not alive. They would say that would become his sweetheart.
You mean you're in love with his music so much?
I'm in love with him, even that. And that's why I want to bring Puccini all the time out and to make more beautiful his own opera, and really to even to stage them. I would love to do someday.
You would like to be the director, then? You'd like to stage Puccini. Is there a particular way? This is, if I may ask you, what is it you would do? You are the director.
They have so many nuances to bring out. For example, let's take Madame Butterfly.
Butterfly.
You have to give ideas Oriental way, which I don't think any stage directors gives this idea. Well, at the Metropolitan we had this Japanese man putting this opera on, which he did nice things, but he didn't know Italian very well. Sometimes we had to do something to act different what the words meant. Instead, it bothers me. I have to do everything. If you say you sit down, you have to sit down, no? Instead, sometimes they don't understand the Italian or the words. And something like me, if I do something in English and I didn't understand the word, I want to know what that means before to do. Because I must know the meaning of things.
See, in your case, you would be the ideal stager because not only do you know the Italian, your native language, but you've become so immersed with the Oriental.
Yes, I find so many things. Lately, just a few days ago, I want to tell you this. Maybe you don't know this opera. We did an quiet operetta written by Puccini. And the name is La Rondine, which means... And it's a beautiful opera. He wrote this opera like an operetta. We gave this in Philadelphia just 2 days ago.
Oh, you did, really?
And
this is light.
I staged it. And I find out so many things. I'm really proud. And I think they had a great success. I didn't expect this success, which they came out. And maybe did many things we did. And you can imagine me to smoke. I did smoke on the first act. In the first act, I started to smoke because it doesn't say anything on the opera, but I find things
you found a reason
just
for it.
To put this opera, to wake this opera up, because the way it is written, you can do in the best way, but you had to find these things to wake up the public for certain opera, see?
You were doing this, you were the director, you were the stager of La Rondina.
Yes, and then I sang the part,
and you sang the part,
see?
But as the director, something you did, you were like the director of a stage play, too. Yes. You found new things, you improvised.
Yes, to find things, and then to tell to other girls, all the girls we are on the stage, or the tenor, do this, do that, and step on this music, because the music, it tells you what to do sometimes, gives so many ideas.
This is something you just mentioned that intrigues me. The music. You get ideas then from the music.
From the music. Who writes music, or the authors and opera, they all the time, if we read their books or what they left over, they say you have to follow the music, movements on the music. Certainly nice way, in a warm way, and very beautiful, appealing way. Not ridiculous, if you walk with stiff legs, so it looks funny. Instead to walking away or to turn around, just the music tells you to do.
The music gives you the cue.
Or slow or fast, gives you so much.
So
gives more drama, more expression.
This is a new avenue then for you, isn't it? This one of being the director, the stager
yes,
now.
Well, I would love to do that sometime, but just to stage the Puccini opera.
Puccini. Well, since we're on the
Puccini
subject,
is my blood.
Since we're on the subject
Really
of
is in
Puccini
my
and
blood.
your Mimi too
Yeah.
is a memorable figure in the
Yes,
on the stage of
Bohème,
Puccini
it's
works.
a beautiful, really light opera which everybody would always love. It's the life of everybody. They go to school, they are student, they are poor. This is life every day. You find this life. That's why it will never die.
Of young
The
students,
story,
no matter who
the
they
story
are.
is so youth. It's full of youth. So beautiful and
This
fresh.
is what you just said, full of youth.
Yes.
I notice before, we're going to come to this in a while, a certain Toscanini rehearsal that you're going to talk about. There's something you said about the need for a bubbly champagne quality in some of the music.
In La Traviata.
In
When I
Traviata.
was there with him rehearsing Traviata on the embassy, he used to tell to everybody, the first act of Traviata should be like champagne, which they offer champagne, it is true. Happy, gay, and very light, and with the bubbles, you say, yeah?
Yes.
Frizzante, we say fritz.
Yeah, with
this
a certain sparkle.
Sparkle,
I want to hold the story of the maestro for a moment. This is a very
Yes.
moving one. We'll come back to Bohème, if I may.
Yes.
You have played with just about every fantastically talented tenor. You've worked with Gigli when you were very young,
I
and
did.
with Schipa.
Poem, really most. I sang with Gigli and Laure Volpe, Schipa, and then John Pierce, naturally Tucker, and Martinelli, which really I had greatest tenors.
I suppose the question, are there, of the younger tenors today, the newer ones, is there one who occurs to you as being of a caliber of those?
Well,
you
yes,
mentioned?
now there is the Stefano, Giuseppe Di
You like
Stefano.
Giuseppe
He
Di Stefano.
sings most in Italy, but he sings here in Chicago.
Yes. Oh, yes, he was
every
here
year.
recently.
We just sang Bohème together a few months ago in New Orleans. But one, the youngest that's coming on is Barioni.
Barioni.
Yes, he sings at the Metropolitan. But lately he's singing with me all over. Tosca, Madame Butterfly, and he did La Rondine. He sang La Rondine
The one you
with
directed.
me, yes. And let me see, what else? Madame Butterfly, Tosca, Bohème.
If
So
we may
he's
not-
coming out really one of the greatest now.
Madam
in my
Licia
opinion.
Albanese, you are now, at this moment, you are Mimi. You are this girl, and you know, you're not frail. Suppose you set the scene for My Name is Mimi. Would you mind setting the scene for it before you sing?
Well, the Mimi sits at a chair, and the tenor sings his aria, telling her how beautiful eyes you have. I can make I can dream about your eyes. And I sit there, and then I sing Mi chiamano Mimi, because Mimi is a sick girl. She's not going to blast in the voice to say Mi chiamano Mimi, no. She's a very delicate and suffering girl, and she has TB. So you can imagine, did you ever had a friend or see people sick with that illness? I had the servants in Italy too. But she was very frail and very quiet and talking very low, like this. That's what is Mimi. The way I sing Mimi, said, "Si mi chiamano Mimi," is soft. The voice is very quiet.
Si mi chiamano Mimi, rari, sono la sua vicina che la viene fuori d'ora importunare.
The style, that is my art.
Madame Albanese, as you were talking, no, I know there was something I wanted to catch you on this. As you were listening to Mimi, you were thinking something, and then suddenly you said something. You were this girl, Mimi, as you were sitting, and you spoke of her love for the sun.
Yes, because Mimi is sick. She has TB, no? And then when they are sick like that, they want warm place. And they prefer the spring. They prefer the summer, and not the winter with the snow. And I said, I'm a healthy girl, and I love snow. I love snow.
This is Licia Albanese, who likes the snow. You're strong,
Yes.
you're in good health. But when you're doing Mimi,
Oh,
no,
well, I
then
feel like her.
You're thinking differently
Yes,
about it.
just I'm scared of snow.
There's something else you just said, and I think this is worth discussing. You said today so many singers sing Mimi the same way they sing Aida.
Aida, see,
Now
that's
tell us the
I don't know
difference.
if I'm wrong, but I
Tell us
don't
the
think I'm
difference.
wrong. Well, Aida is a healthy girl, and she is a color girl, primitive girl. Should be a little rude, you know, rough, let's say it this way.
More outwardly passionate, let's
Yes,
say.
and with a big voice, you know. You cannot say, si mi chiamano Mimi. You can say, vi torna vincitore, e dal mio labbro uscì l'empia parola. You cannot say, ritorno vincitore. No, she's a very healthy girl, and she should sing really with all the voice she has in her throat and her heart. So that's what I mean, to try to sing all the opera. Every opera artist wants to sing. Maestro Toscanini used to say, in my time, a singer used to sing, especially the soprano, because the tenor can sing, and they sing Bohème, they sing La Traviata, they sing Aida. They used to sing all the opera they wanted with a lot of brain and thought and a big heart. So every artist can sing any opera they want. But we have to change mood, atmosphere, voice, even from the first act at the last act. We have to start with another idea. Let's say the first act of Madame Butterfly. Madame Butterfly, she is a young girl, 15 years old. So she has to start with a light voice, doing girlish things, you know, talking to him. You know, when she says, vogliatemi bene, un bene piccolino, that means love me, but a little love, not to hurt me. So in this oriental way, the voice is small and clear, like a girl. Second act, she's a mother. I'm repeating again. Then the voice becomes more mature. See, the voice is built. After you have a baby, you become mature. So on the last act, the tragedy comes in, and she becomes very strong, and the voice even comes strong. But don't forget ever to lose that oriental way to do, see? And Aida too. The first act, she's a girl, and then she starts to love the tenor, Radames. So and then she finds out the other soprano loves Radames, the queen of Egyptian, Amneris. So she becomes really like a lioness, very mad and then the voice becomes stronger and stronger until the end she's dying in the tomb, no, the grave. They close them in that, and then she's dying, and the breath, she doesn't have breath anymore. Do you think she has to scream and yell? She has to do soft way because she doesn't have any more breath to talk. You know, in this grave closed. Do you think she will have more breath, and even Radames? And then she goes.
The
And they die together, see, without any air at all. They didn't have air conditioning in that tomb. You know?
I think, Licia Albanese, here you are the artist, continuously conscious then of all the nuances,
Yes.
the changes, the most. In the case of Aida, a different culture, so
Yes.
it's a bigger, stronger. At the same time, here too, different nuances.
Yes, a nuance.
And-
You must have a nuance. To
and
give
in
it
the way you
proper-
describe
more
Butterfly.
interest to listen an opera, to love opera. Because in the opera, they come 10, 20, 50 times to see and hear the same opera, even with the same artist. I'm singing Traviata, Butterfly, Bohème, Manon for 20 years.
So a question.
And they come over and over to listen to me, because I change so many things. I give new things, new movements, a new dress, a new way how to put my hair. They really are interested to see that.
And then your approach, this then, so many times you have done, say, Violetta or Mimi,
Yes.
or Butterfly, yet each time it's never the same.
No, I have to change. Yes, I always, they come and they say, this is a different Albanese, see? That's what I want.
Does aside from, say, changes in physical things,
Yeah, physical.
What about changes, do you find your interpretation different?
Interpretation, yes, you can find so many different way. Not to make the public tired. It's like to make a movie. The movie you can never change, it's there. They go and see 2, 3 times, like myself, I love movies. I go and after 3, 4 times, I don't go back, if I like a movie. And even the things on Broadway, the plays, which I love, and I go once in a while when I have time. It's too bad I don't have much time, because I love Broadway plays or other things they do. And it's that, you go twice, but you don't go back, because they do the same routine, the same movements, the same steps, the same face. In the opera, no, I have that chance to change.
To the good actor, though, you see, just like you, the fine singer, actress, the good actor in a straight play, he too, some of the very best ones, have to change as they go along.
They should. That's what I tell all this young generation, new singers. If they ask some advisement from me, and then I tell them, why don't you do it this way and this way, and then don't stick with this part, and I tell you tomorrow you can do different. You have always study and be alert to give the opera and give new things in the opera, and the same opera. So I think this
Tomorrow
is what I keep alive the people.
This is 2 things you just said. Tomorrow you will do it different. This is the key thing. And the way you keep them alive, that life itself is always full of
Oh, yes. And the
changes
same thing, the
sometimes.
concert, yes. Singing in a concert is difficult, because you have to change mood each aria, which is more the French aria, the Italian aria, and English aria. It's different way.
Do you find a concert more of a challenge? Is a concert tougher to do than a role in opera?
Well, it used to be to me, because I used to sing opera most. The concert is more delicate, and you had to put less voice. If we sing Italian or antique leaders, we have to put just a little voice in, and then we sing the aria. The voice is more out, and but it is different. No, I don't fear concert. I love concerts.